have y'all ever booked a trip and it wasn't what the brochure said it was going to be? Like, it's just, this ain't what we signed up for. Like, this is not what it's almost like getting a timeshare. Now, this is a story about my life, but first let me introduce myself. I was trying to figure out how I can say it, but that didn't hurt. But let me introduce myself. I'm Marcus. I'm part of Clutch Vacations, and I would greatly appreciate if you go ahead and smash that sub button because this is about to get good. All right. So I need to go back to my middle school time, and I'm a little bit older now. I ain't gonna lie to you. So I was in middle school when Back That Thing came out. So back in the 99 to the 2000s, like that time. That's when I'm in middle school, right? So my father was in the military, and they tell my dad, hey, it's time for you to move. It's time for you to PCS. Time to get on out of here. Pick your next base. Let's go. Let's get it. And my dad said, we're going back to the United States. I was like, oh, okay. That sounds good. I didn't really want to go back to the United States. So I said, all right, Dad, where are we going? He said, we're going to Georgia. I said, all right, my grandparents are in Georgia. He's like, very good. They are. I'm like, all right, so what part of Georgia we going to, Dad? You know, we going to Atlanta? Like, where we going to? He's like, nah, we going to Valdosta. Where? Valdosta. Where is that, Dad? He's like, it's real close to Florida. So I was like, all right, it is what it is. Ain't like I can run away. And I'm not going to tell y'all where I'm from quite yet. I'm going to let y'all keep listening to these stories, and I don't want to get deported. I ain't going to lie to you. I mean, he been throwing people in that trick bag. It's like, it don't matter if you were from Detroit. If you look like you don't belong, kid, get on out of here. So I ain't going to really get into it like that, but it's just, I'm nervous. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm nervous. But anywho, so I end up going to Valdosta Middle School. Later on, Valdosta High School, but we're gonna stick at Valdosta Middle School. Now, in Valdosta, there's only two main public schools. You got Lowndes County High School, and you have Valdosta High School. And from there, really depends on where you live at, but it gets interesting. I'm gonna say that none the least. It gets interesting. You used to be able to tell, like, oh yeah, you went to Lowndes, didn't you? Or yeah, he definitely went to Valdosta. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Valdosta, we was considered the ghetto school. And I'm gonna go ahead and say it. That's what we was a city school. So we were the ghetto school, and Lowndes, they were like the country school. But really, if you look at it, we're both the same. All right. So I get to middle school, and I ain't got a reputation no more. My reputation back in my homeland. So I got to rebuild this whole reputation that I tried so hard to build to be this, not necessarily cool guy, but decent guy. Played sports, so it was like, all right, he's good enough. So I'm trying to rebuild this reputation. Don't really know who to talk to because I'm literally by myself. Like, I ain't got a friend here. You starting all the way over. That's the thing of a military kid. Almost every 4 years, you got to start all the way over. And this is before Facebook. So you had pen pals. I'm not writing nobody. So everybody who was my friend back home, I ain't talked to them in like 20 plus years. Because we don't pen pal. There was no Facebook. There was no Instagram, no TikTok, no Snapchat, no sneaky links. It might have been sneaky links, but I was too young for that. But anywho, so in our science class, we hear, hey, we have a field trip coming up. I'm like, all right, cool, field trip. Sounds great. And our math class says, hey, we got a field trip coming up. I'm like, how am I going to go to 2 field trips? I mean, they're like, no, we're combining. It's math and science. We're going to do this together. Okay. So I'm like, they want something. Now, when somebody tells you, oh, it's going to be fun, it's going to be great, they want something, right? So they was like, oh, it's going to be awesome. We're going to go to Disney World. So I'm like, Disney World? I'm looking around. Everybody's excited. I'm like, I don't know what Disney World really is. I ain't never really been to Disney World. I'm like, I ain't really been nowhere inside the United States. So I don't know what Disney World is. So it's a guy named Johnny. Shout out to Johnny. Johnny Cunningham. I'm putting your whole name out there, brother, because I mean, you took me under your wing for real. And he explains to me, he's like, do you know where all the Disney movies and stuff like that, where they make stuff like that? I was like, yeah. He's like, we're going to go to their amusement park. I said, oh, snap. Cool. So I go home. I tell my mom, I give her the permission slip. Hey, we going to go to Disney World. My mom said, no, you're not. Huh? But it's a science. It's like, I'm not going by myself. My whole class is going. It just ain't me. Like, it's we, the class. She's like, no, you're not going. I'm not letting you go to Disney World. You're not going all the way to Disney World by yourself. Mama, we gonna have buses. They gonna take us to Disney World. What happened to bus breakdown? Mama, why would the bus break down? What sense does that make, Mama? Their job is to keep the bus on the road. You telling me the bus is gonna break down? Hold on, just give me a second. Why would the bus break down? I was like, huh? That don't make no sense. The bus takes me home every day. You don't say you can't go to school. You like, hey, make sure your butt is on that bus and you better not be late. I'm not coming to pick you up. I'm going to be at work. So, Mama, it's a bus. My dad comes. Let the boy go. All right, whatever. My mom signs permission slip. We ready to go. Guys, they bring these big charter buses to the school because it's like a 4-hour ride to Orlando from Valdosta. So I was like, this is dope. I ain't never been on a charter bus that I can remember. So I'm like, man, this is kind of dope. It's like spacey and everything. My bad, Mike. I'm sorry. It's all spacey and stuff. I'm like, this is kind of cool, right? So we leave early that morning. We're heading down to Orlando. The bus I'm on, it's kind of funky, right? I didn't know there were bathrooms on charter buses. Like I'd never been on the Greyhound. I'm just used to the cheese wagon. Our bus kind of funky though, right? And somebody says, "Hey man, can we turn the air conditioner on?" Because remind you guys, Valdosta is damn near on the equator. That's not true, but it feels like it. It's hot. So Valdosta was equivalent to being in Texas, but with humidity instead of the dry heat. So whatever Texas said it was, if Texas was 110, Valdosta was like 89 with 11 more percent of humidity, or 20% of humidity. It's like that's how Valdosta was. It's damn near like swampland. So it's hot and we're going south, so it's not getting cooler. It's not getting cooler at all. So we said, can we turn the air conditioner on? And the bus driver said the air conditioner is on. I'm like, we ain't gonna make it. We ain't gonna make it. It's hot. We ain't gonna make it. So eventually, somebody pulls the window down, because you can pull the windows down, and all the windows go down pretty much. Okay, everybody's like, I feel air. Let's all do it. We get to Disney World, right? So I'm thinking we're gonna ride every ride at Disney World. They drop us off at Epcot. Now, Epcot of Disney World. Now, there's 4 different parts with Disney World. All right, let me break it down. You got Magic Kingdom, which is where everybody pretty much goes is Magic Kingdom. You have Animal Kingdom. Then you have Hollywood Studios. And last and least, I would say definitely least, is Epcot. Now, Epcot is great if you have that kid that loves science and he wants to just do a whole bunch of experiments and not have fun. Like that's what I had. That was my experience. I may be wrong, but as an adult now, I actually like Epcot. But as a kid, that's exactly, I'm like, this ain't it. This ain't it. So we get a group of guys together, which is probably wrong already because all the testosterone flowing. We in middle school, so we're growing boys and we're trying to try each other and see who's mightier than the other one. You know what I'm saying? What's up with this testosterone? I'm gonna see if I can outdo you. I'm more manlier than you. We can hit push-ups right now. What's up? That's the type of energy they were giving me, and that's not my energy at all. I'm like, I don't know why you guys are acting this way, but hell, peer pressure. Why not? Let's do it. So we mobbing around, walking around together. And one of the guys, I ain't going to say his name, he says, hey man, let's leave Epcot. I'm like, cool, I guess. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? It's like they ain't gonna leave us, so let's go. So we get on the monorail, right? On the monorail, we're cruising, just going from this stop right here is Animal Kingdom. This stop right here is Hollywood Studios. Next up, Magic Kingdom. I was like, bro, are we gonna be able to get in? And he's like, why not? Because we don't have tickets. Man, trust me, we're gonna be able to get in. So I wanna hold on real quick. I'm curious on where our chaperone was, right? Because we 5 kids just walking around by ourselves, like no chaperone at all. Like we was assigned one, but we left our chaperone a long time ago. So I'm like, thinking about it now, we wasn't under anybody's supervision, so we really could have got snatched. Well, no, they wasn't gonna snatch us. We from Valdosta. They ain't gonna. They won't gonna touch us. I promise you. They would have gave us right back. But anywho, guys, make sure y'all smash that sub button for your boy one time for the one time. I know that was a quick break. Smash the sub button. But anywho, we get to Magic Kingdom, right? And the turnstiles are right there. So you have to go through the turnstiles. We get to the turnstiles and they're like, hey, can we see your ticket? And we're like, tickets? Yeah, sure. We give them the ticket. It says Epcot on it. And they're like, oh, sorry, guys. This is for Magic Kingdom. We're like, yeah, we know. This ticket says Epcot. What's the problem? You can't come in. Man, so we had to get back on the monorail. Now, all of us are mad. All of us are mad. Whoever came up with the idea, which I'm not going to say his name, we all looking at him like this ain't right. And he's like, y'all want to do something about it? I'm like, here we go. Here's the testosterone. And then he said, matter of fact, I got an idea. We going to play BB. Now, if y'all don't remember what BB is as kids, then let me break it down for you real quick. So BB is a game, and it's pretty stupid, but BB is a game where you literally punch somebody when they say a word that begins with B. So if somebody says bat, if somebody says basic, if somebody says ball, you hit them until they say BB, right? In order to get in the game, you say BB in. If you want to get out the game, you say BB out. So he said, let's play BB. I'm like, all right, cool. It's whatever. Let's do it. So we're literally punching each other on the monorail when somebody says a B. And then we had one guy forgetting how to get us to stop punching them by saying BB. So he'll say it too many times. He'll be like, BB, BB. So it's like, okay, you back in it because you said it too many times. You said BB, so that got you out. But then you said BB again. So now you back in. So we are, pause, drilling him, right? And then he realized he just say BB one more time. So he finally stops it, BB. And then he says BB out. He's out. So now it's just 4 of us in. So that I just hold on to that thought. So we get back to Epcot. And then our chaperone pops up. I was looking everywhere for you guys. Where were y'all at? We were around. We ain't go nowhere. we literally didn't go nowhere because we couldn't get in anywhere else. So now the objective of this field trip was like a math science project of if this train leaves at this time and this train leaves at this time, what time do the trains intercept? That's pretty much what it was, but we were supposed to ride a ride and time it with a stopwatch. None of us had stopwatches. So we definitely had to cheat on that one. I'm sorry, Mom, that you're hearing that. We definitely cheated. We definitely, when we got back to school the next day, copied somebody's paper. It was actually over the week. It was the next day. It was like in the middle of the week when we went, and when we came back the next day, we supposed to broke it down and say like blase blue. But anywho, right? So we do the test dummy ride, the test track, and it was actually kind of cool. I ain't gonna lie to you. So we also go to the World of Coke, and we trying to see how much Coke can we drink. Not drugs. The actual, so I mean, the soda's kind of like a drug too. But anywho, so we try to see how much Coke we could drink, and by that time, we finally hear, "Hey guys, let's go! It's time to get back on the buses." So remember, And this is something I learned in life too, later on in life. Our bus didn't have any air conditioning, but it had air conditioning, but it was blowing out hot. And my car guy said, uh-oh, I already know it's about to go down. So the air conditioning is blowing out hot. And I'm like, man, it's so dang hot. And I called my mom on her phone. I said, hey, we headed back and we should be back in about 4 or 5 hours. Guys, our bus breaks down on the interstate. I was like, this is crazy. My mama said that the bus was gonna break. What happened if the bus break down? So I'm shaking my head. I was like, man, I can't believe the bus broke down. Like literally the bus overheats. And that's what I was saying with the air conditioning coming out hot. Typically that means that your car is getting ready to overheat. You know, that's what I've learned driving these years, that if I got the air conditioning on cool and it starts blowing out hot, it's about to shut down. So that's what happened. The bus shut down. And I was like, they ain't gonna believe this. So I called my mom back. I said, hey mom, the bus broke down. I told you the bus was gonna break down. I knew the bus was gonna. I said, mom, ain't nothing I can do about it. She said, where you at? I said, what do you mean? Where you at right now? Excuse me real quick, let me get some water. Make sure y'all subscribe. Appreciate it. She's like, where you at? I said, mama, we on the interstate. What mile marker? I tell the mile marker, I can't remember. I'm coming to get you. I said, mom, they got another bus coming. Calm down. All right. You better call me when the bus gets there. All right, mama. So the bus pulls up. The new charter bus pulls up. This bus is bigger. And we're like, oh, dang. The bathroom actually works on this bus. The air conditioning working on this bus. The TV's flipped down and they got a movie playing. I say, yo, we done upgraded, right? So we all in the back and somebody said back, right? And I whispered to one of our friends that's playing the game. I said, you realize what he just said, right? I said, and he was like, yeah, I realized what he just said. You realize what we got to do, right? Yeah, I know what we got to do. Wait on it though. Give it 5 minutes. Bet. I didn't say bet. Because I would have got. No, I did say bet. I said bet, BB. Because we still playing BB. We get to the back of the bus. He sits down. He sits next to me, right? Everybody else sits around. So he's sitting here. I'm sitting here on by the window. We got two other guys sitting here. One other guy sitting in front of him. So he doesn't realize it. So he's chilling. We start riding. They turn the lights off. All you hear is, hey man, chill. And going in. BB. And we all start laughing, right? The lights come back on. We sitting still. We had like nothing happened. We're looking forward, just light go back off. We start back laughing again. So we make it back to school. My mama's sitting there, 38 hot. Come on in here, boy. I tell you the bus is gonna break down. I was like, Mama, ain't nothing I could have done about that. It's like that wasn't on me. I didn't break the bus. So we driving back and we didn't get back to probably, man, it was late. And we had to go to school the next day. We probably didn't get back to like 1 o'clock in the morning. And we had to turn around and go back to school. So that was my first experience of Disney World as a kid. And no, my dad ain't never take me or my mama to Disney World. And I didn't go back to Disney World till an adult with my wife and her family. And if you want to hear that story, you're going to have to come back next time to hear that story. So once again, y'all, I'm Marcus with Clutch Vacations. If you are ready to go on a vacation, or you don't know if you're ready to go on vacation, you just want to talk it out, hit me up, drop a message down here, be like, hey, vacation me. Or you can send me an email at Clutch Vacations, and we'll set you up. So make sure y'all come back for when I went to Disney World as an adult. I'm gonna drop that as the next story. That was wild. So until next time, wait. I almost came beside myself. We got to give it up to the Most High, right? Always, because without him, ain't nothing possible in my life. So make sure you guys are keeping God first. Make sure you tell somebody you love them. Do it now, because you may not have the opportunity to do it later. Until next time, peace.